A summary of government expenditures from 1966 to 1997. Number 1. President Ferdinand Edralin Marcos, 1965 to 1986, 20 years, 486,273,000,000. Number 2. President Corazon Aquino, 1986 to 1991, 6 years, 1,077,895,000,000. Number 3. President Fidel Ramos, 1992 to 1997, 6 years, 2,237,907,000,000 from the National Statistics Office. Imelda had to face the trial of the century in New York, charged with stealing $43 billion from the coffers of the government when the nation's budget for 20 years of Marcos' rule reached up to only $32 billion. Simple arithmetic. With his meager Ilocano budget, as it were, President Marcos embarked on a massive buildup of roads, bridges, and other infrastructure projects meant for the betterment of the country's economic structure. Sad to say, the succeeding presidents had little to show, despite their huge benefits. He made the political system more grassroots and extensive by adopting the barangay system, which enabled the smallest units of the system, to which the core is the family, to participate in the democratic process by making them responsible for administrative and legal functions within their barangay. The barangay leaders and officers were made elective in their respective communities. It was through the barangay where his concept of a participatory democracy found its tangible roots. When the first barangay election was held at a time when the country only had a population of 51 million, 3 million were elected to represent 42,000 barangays. Serving as a co-pillar to the democratic vision of President Marcos was the creation of the Ministry of Human Settlements and entrusted to his wife, the First Lady, Imelda Marcos. As Governor of Metro Manila and Minister of Human Settlements, Mrs. Marcos conceptualized and implemented her program of delivering 11 basic needs to Metro Manila residents. 1. Water. 2. Electricity. 3. Food through agriculture. 4. Clothing through cottage industries. 5. Livelihood or the economic base. 6. Medical services. 7. Education, culture, and technology. 8. Ecological balance. 9. Sports and recreation. 10. Shelter, which includes housing and land use. And 11. Mobility, which includes roads. She constructed housing units, known as the Bliss Homes, coupled with livelihood projects. This provided not only low-cost dwelling units, but also income for the less fortunate residents. Kadiwa centers and rolling stores selling prime commodities at lower prices were established and mobilized around Metro Manila's impoverished areas. Metro Aid centers were organized that provided employment for some 10,000 Metro Aids who were responsible for the cleanliness and beautification of the metropolis. Hospitals and institutions with specialization in various fields, such as the Heart Center, Kidney Center, Lung Center, the Children's Hospital, among others, were established. The Philippine General Hospital was reconstructed and expanded to extend better and more efficient service to a greater number of our Filipino people.